Good morning, traders. So how do we trade the Aussie today? So yesterday was kind of a difficult day. We had a massive gap down, but no follow through. So basically, we sort of closed below the 20 and then immediately reversed off the 20 moving average on the 4 hour to the upside. So, for all intents and purposes, this trend is still up, and we are trading in a broader channel at the moment. And so that's kind of the view that we have at the moment. You can see this level at the top, which is 51 4, basically 51 445, 51 440. This is quite a critical level, and you can see how it is the last line in the sand before this daily gap. Okay, so let's just drill down to a level that we can actually trade. I'm going to get right down to 6 minutes just to review through yesterday. And you can see we had a gap down of 360 points. Now, normally when you have a gap down of 360 points, you do have some form of follow through to the downside, which we failed to get yesterday. So basically we gapped down and then immediately consolidated. And you can see the consolidation was pretty much on this level here of 56.80. Okay, now this was the warning bell was as follows. You had all your oscillators grouped to downside. You had the awesome oscillator starting to move to the upside, and you had this diversions in the MACD. And if I just move to 12 minutes, you can see same scenario. Grouped to the bottom, awesome oscillator moving up, and we've also got the MACD moving up. Okay, now this congestion below the 200 moving average would have basically, from my opinion, was that there was still some more downside to come, but that did not materialize. So the 6 minute was, the minute you saw this kind of set up in the 6 minute, situation was to wait for a fractional break. Now, which fractional break? So for me, this first fractional break here was not the breakout, and I'll show you why. Okay, so this break of the fractional, you can see this bar here was the breakout bar, or actually this bar here was a breakout bar, but it was below the red line, the teeth. Okay, so now if I take the next fractional, which is that one, you can see the breakout here is far above the red line, the teeth, and that was your fractional entry to be long on this market. Okay, the 30 minutes didn't really give us anything. Okay, we did have a wise man number one here, so you could have taken that as an entry as well. So wise man number one, you can see the tail to the downside. We've got a pin bar, and if we just draw a line along price where we cross over the alligator, so that's over there onto the top of that pin bar, and then you draw another line from the same area, but you follow the red line, and you can see there's quite a big angle here. So that is deviation from the price. In other words, we are moving away from the 20. Well, so we are moving from the 20, but particularly the midline of the alligator. Okay, so there were two opportunities to trade there. So one would have been a break of this, and you'll stop below here. The other one was on the 6 minute, and I prefer the 6 minute because that's a 300-point stop loss. Okay, so let's just get down to a level here. So for today, I suspect we're going to have another gap down. 10 cents is down another 2% today. So more than likely we will gap down, and we'll have to wait and see what materializes at the open, because I think it'll be another scenario of a big gap like this, and we're going to have to wait and see what happens. Okay, so the way we rallied, this was a very strong rally, and how we have consolidated here at the close, normally that would give you some kind of confidence that there is a potential for a break up and a move to the upside, and you would have expected a second move of roughly the same amount, okay, taking us to the top of the channel. Now, I just somehow doubt that's going to happen today. We had some negative movements in the US markets last night, and with 10 cent being a further 2% down, Hong Kong is 0.43 down. So again, this is yet another day of waiting for the open and see what happens. Now, if we do gap down, well, not if, we are going to gap down. The question is where we're going to, and I think the same play as what happened yesterday. So reluctant to take a short once we've gapped down, because the same scenario may play out. So what we're going to be looking for is looking where it's going to, and then try get in on the long. And difficult. It's going to be another difficult day. Pretty much, it's going to be a very much up and down day, I think, unless something really gives way and we sort of break below the low of yesterday. But the thing about this at the moment, if we look at the daily, you can see how we are in an engulfing pattern here. Okay. And the other thing to note on the daily is we have the start of a fairly large megaphone here. Okay, so if I just delete the channel for now, you can see how we have a fairly large megaphone, and this is an engulfing candle, although it's a green engulfing. So yeah, a very difficult scenario at the moment. And you can see on the daily how the alligator is now finally starting to point to the upside. Not that it means much, because we did have a point to the upside here as well, which then basically failed. So yeah, I'm in two minds at the moment. So I do suspect we're going to gap down, but are we going to gap down to the low of yesterday, or are we going to gap down and find some support at the 200-day moving average? So if we just get to the 6 minutes, it'll give us so the 200 moving average is right over here. Okay, so are we going to move to the downside, find some support here, and then rally, or are we going to move all the way back down to the bottom here? In other words, are we going to form a range? Okay, so those are the questions I've got at the moment. So nothing's really clear for me. We'll wait for the open to see what happens, and pay attention to the 6 and 12 minute charts to wait for some form of consolidation when we break out. Okay, so that's kind of my take on the Aussie. There's nothing really set in stone. Price action, to me, this is a consolidation for the move up, and I would expect a second move up. But the way it's been going lately, I somehow doubt it. So you're probably going to see a pullback. And the question is, do we stay above? I suppose you've got a tail here, you've got a breakout here. So do we gap down, find some support at this level of 51044 or even 51,000, somewhere around there? So if we can find some support there, that may be a great entry for another long. But at all intents and purposes, I think your long is going to be, you're going to be aiming for the previous high. Okay, so you'll be looking for long from there to this area. I doubt you're going to get an opportunity to get in on a short, because it'll gap down the entire points on offer for the short, my opinion anyway, before consolidating and moving back the upside. So we are still trending up. You can see we are still making higher highs, higher lows, higher high. Now we need to make another high low, and it might be a very deep pullback before we have a rally to the upside. Okay, so that's kind of my confused state of the Aussie today, and it's really going to be a 6 and 12 minute day for me on the Aussie. So we'll watch and see what happens with the open, figure out where we're going to. If we do start consolidating, then look for the entry on the consolidation break. Okay, anyway guys, that's me on the Aussie for today. If anything changed, I will drop you a comment in the video comments. Hope you enjoy the day, and I'll catch up with you later. Cheers.